Once again, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome you all to the day 2 of the Global Maritime Summit 2023. Thank you so much for your patience. We have just shifted from the first session to this one, and it took a little time. But we're going to start with this session right now. And without much ado, let me invite onto the dais our session chair. We have Shri Ahmed Devarkol, Honorable Minister for Ports, Kerala. Our session co-chair, Advocate Anthony Raju, Honorable Minister for Transport. So you can join us onto the dais. Okay. Could we welcome them with a warm applause? I'd also welcome the session convener, Shri K.S. Srinivas, IAS, Principal Secretary, Fisheries and Ports. I'd also invite the other dignitaries, Shri L. Radhakrishnan, MD and CEO, Malabar International Port and SEZ Limited. Shri S. Srijit, IPS, Commissioner Transport. Shri N.S. Pillai, IA and AS, retired, Chairman, Kerala Maritime Board. I'd also request Dr. Adila Abdullah, IAS, Managing Director, Winningham International Seaport Limited, to join on the dais. And I'd request Shri Shubhrat Tripathi, CEO, APSEZ. We also have our international stakeholders here, Mr. Amlan Bora, Chief Representative, Trade and Investment Commissioner, Netherlands Business Support Offices, Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands, and Mr. Anthony Prince, President of GTR Campbell Marine Consultant Limited. They are amongst us, and they will be also speaking shortly. With this, I would like to call on to the podium for the welcome address and the context setting, Dr. Adila Abdullah.
Namaste, or we say Namaskaram in Malayalam. Um, Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I stand here in front of you when Kerala is completing its 60-year-old dream of having an international seaport at Vizhinjam, the first deep water transshipment port of Kerala. And it's an all-weather port. We have, in 60 years, it's a dream of 60 years, and we had our first ship with cranes coming to the port. So it's a golden moment for the state of Kerala, which has got 520 kilometers of coast with 25 harbor, one harbor in each 25 kilometers, 17 ports, one major port, 3 intermediate port and 3 minor ports. Kerala is known for its contribution to sustainability, inclusion and responsible tourism. The Kerala Water Metro project is one such highlight. 1,500 crore investment has gone into sustainability when it comes to Water Metro. We keep up the word of sustainability. George Bernard Shaw once said, "Don't wait for an opportunity, we create it." That's what we do. Today, we have with us in the investment side, Malabar Port Limited, which is being introduced to you. It's already geared up to take its shape and it's ready for investment. State of Kerala has already marked its draft green energy policy. And 85 kilometers of land in the prime locations in the coast still waits for us. So it's a moment to start our discussion. I humbly welcome today the chairman of the session, Mr. Ahmed Devar Kovil, Honorable Minister for Ports and Culture, Government of Kerala. A warm welcome to you, sir. We have with us, representing water transport and the story of sustainability that I shared with you, Mr. Anthony Raju, the Minister of Transport of Kerala. My warm welcome to you too, sir. With us, we have our convener, Sri Srinivas, who has had years of experience in industry, tourism, and other related structure in the state. A warm welcome to you, sir. Mr. Subrat Tripathi, the CEO Ports of Adani Ports and Cess, is here with us. A bouquet of welcome to you, sir. Now we have the much awaited speakers. Mr. Anthony Prince, who is a native of Kerala, is the president of GTR Campbell Marine Consultancy Limited at Nassau, Bahamas. He has 50 years of experience in shipbuilding, operations, and designs. He's here with us to share his experience. A warm welcome to you, sir. We have with us Mr. Amlan Bora, the Chief Representative, Trade and Investment Commissioner, Netherlands Business Support Office, Embassy of Kingdom of Netherlands with us. He would talk to us on trade and sustainability. A warm welcome to you, sir. We have other stalwarts in the field. The Transport Commission of State of Kerala, Sri Srijit, ADGP, Kerala, who is the Transport Commissioner. My bouquet of wishes to you, sir. Sri N.S. Pillai, Chairman, Kerala Maritime Board, a co-host of the meeting, is also here with us. I welcome you, sir, to the gathering. Remembering the quote of Mahatma Gandhi, the future depends on what you do today. I welcome each and every one of you to this augusted gathering. Thank you very much. I think I set the scene, and I'm sorry I've forgotten to invite the much awaited Malabar Port Limited MD, Sri L. Radhakrishnan. Sir has had years of experience in Jawaharlal Nehru Port Limited, and during his tenure as chairman of the port, the Jawaharlal Nehru Port had its revenue multiplying, and it is still keeping up that pace. And sir is here with us as Managing Director of Malabar Ports Limited. I welcome sir to the augusted gathering. I welcome one and all of you. Thank you very much.
Ta- Thank you, Dr. Adila, for the warm welcome. So we've been eagerly waiting to hear our minister. Our minister is here to speak. So I'll request for the special address, Shri Ahmed Devarkovil. Sir, could you please join us on the podium for your special address? We welcome him with a round of applause.
Distinguished guests, senior government officials, other dignitaries and friends, namaskar and greetings. It is indeed a pleasure for me to represent the Kerala state of Kerala in the August platform. Kerala, the God's own country, with 590 kilometers of coastline, is in the process of devising multi-pronged strategy for development of its maritime sector. During the past few years, Government of Kerala started taking proactive and result-oriented steps in this direction. The Vizhinjam International Seaport, Thiruvananthapuram, is one of the significant steps in this direction. An international transit port with world-class infrastructure is coming up, adjacent to the international shipping route. The state government is proud to partner with the biggest terminal operator in the country, Messrs. Adani Ports, to develop this prestigious port in public-private participation mode. Vizhinjam Transshipment Terminal is going to be the first mother port in India with a natural depth of 20 meters. With a total investment of 80,500 million rupees, the port will have 800 meters berth and a lead infrastructure to facilitate the handling of 1 million TEU in the first phase. Government of Kerala is spending 234 crores rupees for the funded works and common infrastructure and 2,454 crores rupees by the concessionaire. Government of India is also providing viability gap funding to the tune rupees 817 crores. The state has celebrated the berthing of the first vessel on 15th October 2023. Kerala government is also planning to develop the minor ports under the control of Kerala Maritime Board. Kerala Maritime Board, one of the youngest maritime boards in the country, has also started taking concerted effort to develop the non-major ports in the state. There are 17 non-major ports under the Kerala Maritime Board, out of which Vizhinjam, Kollam, Bepur and Azhikal are functional ports. As part of taking the ports with basic facilities to the next level of development and inviting more operators, state government successfully completed prerequisitions and obtained the ISPS compliance certificate of DG shipping. Vizhinjam and Bepur have immigration checkpoint status, and the efforts are on to get the same for Kollam and Azhikal ports too, that foreign ships could call these ports hassles-free. Among others is also celebrated for its exquisite coastal structures. Cruise tourism is one of the untapped frontiers in our tourism landscape. In the coming future, the non-major ports of Kerala will view a spurring cruise tourism. Kerala Maritime Board will develop world-class cruise terminals with a view to attracting cruise operators from within and outside the country. The unexplored coast of Kerala will also open opportunities for recreational and hospitality sectors. The unexplored coast of Kerala will also open opportunities for recreational and hospitality sectors. The state is currently undergoing a transformation phase and is aiming at promoting a knowledge-based industry. Kerala government and Maritime Board strives to make Kerala a hub of maritime education, training and research. Within our portfolio, Kerala Maritime Board will launch 2 prestigious maritime institutes with state-of-the-art infrastructure located in the vicinity of Arabian Sea, one at Kodangalur and another at Nindagara. Kerala Maritime Board envisions fostering global investments in maritime sector with the aim of bolstering the state's economy. We are looking forward to join hands with global partners to develop Kerala's unexpected maritime assets and promote cargo and passenger movement, coastal and beach tourism and maritime education sectors, fisheries and food processing sectors, development and operation of our ports. I would like to thank you this opportunity to make a point to the Government of India to consider enhancing the central share in centrally sponsored scheme like Sagarmala for state like Kerala to ensure quality investment and tap the potential of blue economy. Once again, I welcome all the prospective investors to Kerala for tapping the vast development potential in the maritime sector and making Kerala marine sector into a blue economy. I also request each one of you to visit the pavilion set up by Kerala to have a first-hand view of what Kerala has, what Kerala can offer, and why Kerala is waiting for you. अभी केरला में भी अपन शुरू किया है ये आपको आप लोग को मालूम है पहले तो ये सेक्टर में अपन उतना आगे नहीं था आजकल अपन अभी आगे चलने के लिए सोच रहा है हमको तो मालूम है बाहर गांव में बहुत लोग केरला वाला ये सेक्टर में काम करने वाला है इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए तैयार भी है अपन दुबई में एक इन्वेस्टर्स मीट किया था बहुत लोग उसमें इन्वेस्ट करके आया था अभी वो लोग का सामने अभी एक रखना सोचता हूँ अभी पीपीपी से पूरा सेक्टर में काम करने को तैयार है आप लोग को अपन केरला में इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए इन्वाइट करने को चाहता है सब लोग को धन्यवाद शुक्रिया
Thank you so much, sir. I'd like to welcome Shri Madhu S. Nayarji. He has joined us now, Chairman and MD of the Cochin Shipyard Limited. Could we have a warm welcome for him? And for the second special address, I'd request Advocate Anthony Raju to please come to the podium. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, on and off the dais, and experts and well-wishers present here. See, our Minister, Port Minister, Sri Ahmad Devargul, has informed you about the feasibility and the progress that's going on in Kerala. As he has mentioned about the Vizhinjam Port and all other things, now there are more facilities in Kerala for the investors. Now I would like to point out on two or three things only. Because as if all of us know, Kerala has a waterway of 616 kilometers. And now the government has decided to develop the waterway and make it a full-fledged functional one. That is from Kovalam to Baikal, the one end of Kerala to the other end of Kerala. Now almost all the stretches are being dredged and it will be ready by 2024. So now the waterway is going to be one of the important area in the angle of tourism and industries and also transport. So now there is a good opportunity for the boat constructors and suppliers for investment in Kerala. You may not find a state where you are having 616 kilometer waterway from one end to another. It's an extraordinary area as far as Kerala is concerned and India is concerned. So now the government has it's a dream project of Honorable Chief Minister, and he is monitoring it every week. And almost all the reaches is completed. Now there are only few areas which are to be completed, which will be completed by 2024. After the launching of this Kovalam-Baikal 616 kilometer waterway, Kerala will be having a very important position in the tourism sector, industry sector, and also in the transport sector. Now also there is a wonderful development is going on in Kerala that is from one end to another, and that is a national highway development, which is also be completed by 2024. And another advantage for the coastal area is there is a coastal highway is also coming in Kerala. So Kerala is witnessing a wonderful development in almost all the areas. So where mostly I would like to welcome you to think about the Kerala, this waterway, which is from Kollam to Baikal. Then another thing what we discussed between myself and Honorable Minister for Port, and also we had discussion with the Honorable Central Minister regarding the scope of a passenger ship from Gulf countries to Kerala. As all of us know, Kerala, thousands and thousands of people are working in Gulf countries, lakhs of people. So there is a hindrance for our people to come over to Kerala. That's a hike in the air freight charges. That is too much. Some in seasonal times, they charge 30,000-40,000 rupees. Otherwise, it will come only be less than 10,000. But now, for the people, because of the hike during the, Kerala is almost every time it's a festival season time. So Bakri, the Ramzan, Christmas, Onam, Puja, like that. People want to come to Kerala and go back to Gulf countries in every season, frequently in almost all. But the hike in the air freight, that is a hindrance for the people to come over there. So there is a very good chance for operation of a passenger ships from Gulf countries, especially Sharjah or Dubai, to Cochin and Baipur ports. Now I do not know whether there will be facility for Vizhinjam, whether there can also be taken as a destination. So there is, of course, passengers. There will be thousands of passengers to travel from Gulf countries to Cochin and Kerala and back to Gulf countries, especially Sharjah and Dubai. It may take hardly 2 or 3 days only. But the difference of charge will be very, very, very much, there will be a huge difference. So people will naturally opt for the travel through sea. So where I think somebody can explore the possibilities and think about operating such a ship, passenger ship between Kerala and the Gulf countries. Then another thing about the ministers stated about the maritime boats work in Kerala. Now I am representing Trivandrum city. I am the MLA of Trivandrum city also, wherein we have a historical pier, Valiyudara Pier, which was a port, which was built in 1821. And that the pier has 200 meters length. This now it was built in 200 years back. Now we have about 5.5 acres land that is just adjacent to the airport. From there you can go to the airport, domestic and international airport within 3 minutes or 5 minutes. And to the international Vizhinjam port within 15 to 20 minutes. So it is located in such a strategical area. And now we have decided to operate it under PPP model. So it's a good area for investment. It's in the heart of the city, Trivandrum capital city, and very adjacent to the airport and very near to the Vizhinjam, newly coming up Vizhinjam International or Vizhinjam port. So that's also an opportunity for investors. So now at this point, I would speak to you about only these 2 or 3 projects, and in this angle only. Now we can discuss further about this, and we can explore the possibilities of these 3-4 projects. And there is a huge chance for the investors in Kerala in all these 3 sectors. So if we can think about this and think about these 2 two, three sectors, there is great opportunity for the investors. So I would like to request you to put your heads together and plan projects in these areas, which will give wonderful scope for the investors. And government is willing to give all cooperation support who come forward for these areas. Now, Kerala has different phase now, because I say now means, now you can't see Hartal in Kerala. Some investors were frightened and afraid about, oh, every day Hartal is. I think now for the last after the first Pinarayi Sarkar and now the second Pinarayi Sarkar has come out, within these 7 years, you might have witnessed only 1 or 2 Hartals. Previously, it was not like that. Every year, you may witness weekly Hartal, monthly Hartal, and all those. So it's a tremendous change. And also, you can see that in Kerala, now there are no strikes by the employees or trade unions. Now everything's are settled in on table. So it's a very good atmosphere now. It's a very good atmosphere for the investors. So that change you have to accept. And it's God's own country. Now the climate is always very good. And all the infrastructure facilities are very much in high rate in Kerala. It is going up very well. So we as ministers request you to come and enjoy and invest in Kerala, and there's a huge potential area now, Kerala, in all these sectors. So thank you for being here with us, and I would request you to think about all these and think about Kerala and come to Kerala and invest in Kerala, and we give all our support, we extend all our support, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, and thank you to both our ministers for such an enlightening address to the gathering here. We would now like to felicitate and extend a very, very warm welcome to our ministers with a memento and the shawl. I'll request our convener to Shri K.S. Srinivasji to kindly present a shawl and memento to Shri Ahmed Devarkovil. Could we have a louder, warm applause? We've just started with the session. And also to Advocate Anthony Raju. Thank you so much. We now move forward for an exchange of MOUs, and I'll invite, so this is an MOU between Digital Technologies Private Limited with CSL on design development on situational awareness system based on multi-sensor systems for the maritime domain. And I would request Shri Deepu Surendran, GM, CSAS from CSL, and Shri Thomas, founder and CEO of Digital Core Technologies Private Limited, to come onto the stage for the exchange of MOUs. Could you please step onto the stage? In the presence of our ministers and dignitaries on stage, the exchange of the MOU. Thank you so much. And the next MOU is between HW Design Labs, collaborating with the Cochin Shipyard, CSL, in process of developing wave radar for marine applications. I request Shri Jayakrishnan, Director and CEO of HW Design Labs, to kindly come onto the stage. Thank you so much. Moving ahead, we would now hear on the topic of on the investment opportunities at Kerala. So I'll invite to the podium Shri Subrat Tripathi to give us a presentation of the investment opportunities at Kerala. We welcome him with a round of applause.
While we are loading the presentation, Honorable Minister Shri Ahmed Devarkoval ji, sir, Honorable Minister Shri Anthony Raju ji, respected Secretary Shri Srinivas, Chairman of Kerala Maritime Board Shri Pillai, Shri Srijit, Dr. Abdullah, Shri Radhakrishnan, Chairman of Cochin Shipping Yard, delegates, friends, and people who genuinely love Kerala. Do pardon my little, if I do miss it, but I'm just coming back excited from a wonderful occasion on the 15th of October at the shores of Viringam, on the beautiful city of Tiruvananthapuram, on the shores of God's own country at Kerala. So therefore, Ella Varakam Ennati Namaskaram. The first thing that comes to you when you are born in India and you're aware of this ancient land and the peninsula, which stands at a very unique position between the Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal, and the blue waters, the azure blue waters of the Indian Ocean, the first thing that strikes to you about this beautiful land and the more beautiful people, a representative of whom you see on the dais over here and over here, is the confluence of an ancient maritime history and the harbinger of the future. What is this ancient maritime history? One that has attracted from the world people to come to the shores of Kerala, not merely the spices, but the spice that is within the people of Kerala. They're very beautiful, very passionate. Waves of migration have lent that trade and commerce define the way the world moves. If you look at globalization today, you will realize that India's contribution through the Arabian Sea and the traders in carrying the scientific community of zero and the world arithmetic changes. But Kerala is not mere arithmetic and geometry. Kerala is about passion of the people. A small representation of the 15th I saw, and when people ask, have you been to a difficult state? Honorable Minister Shri Anthony Raju was mentioning about strikes. No. When we undertook this project in 2015, we made a promise on behalf of the chairman of Adani Group, Shri Gautam Adani, to the people of Kerala, represented then by Honorable late Chief Minister Shri Oman Chandy, and carrying the tradition today with the wonderful leadership of Honorable C. Pinarayi Vijayan ji, we made a promise we'll complete this in 1,000 days. That was a learning for us. Cyclone Oki did not break our backbone. Super floods once in a century in 2018 did not break our backbone. A floods of 2019 gave us a greater resolve. COVID made us believe that along with the love and outpouring of affection of the people of Kerala, and Honorable Minister Sri Ahmed Devarkovil, sir, the project is personally indebted to you. I was told when we were on 15th, the Honorable Minister is a minister later, but a CEO of the project first. The kind of monitoring he does, every week, whether we fail to be at the project site, he's at the project site, every single micromanagement that a CEO would do, and I think I should learn a few lessons from you, sir, as to how the project has to be managed. Sir, thank you so much, and many congratulations to you. So when we began this project, and I'll show you a glimpse of that, it is a harbinger of the future of India, not merely Kerala. Please understand, the world after globalization has significantly changed to do trade and commerce through what is called containerized cargoes. Never for a moment believe that this 500-long coastline of the Malabar and the opportunities it provides and the globalization that comes, which means world trade is no longer in dhows which we carry the culture, but also in large modern vessels which carry containerized cargo. Nearly 20 million that India did, and I'm very humbled and privileged to state that about 6.64 of that came to Mundra only, which means a third of the containers that come to the country come to this EXIM gateway of Mundra. So we made a resolve. We will not just make a Mundra, we will recreate a land of opportunity, because here is a harbinger of a modern maritime tradition that will establish when we put up a transshipment port. And why is it important? Nearly 40% of India's transshipment cargo, unfortunately, does not come, it evades the Indian shores, as a result of which the flight of money, the flight of forex, and the flight of opportunities goes to various adjacencies in the Indian Ocean, starting from Port Klang to Singapore to Colombo to Jebel Ali, etc., etc. If the world is improving, can we not bring the world to Kerala? So it is my proud privilege to announce, as you see the project called the Birmingham International Seaport, which is not merely a port. It is going to be, as I said, a curtain raiser for everything that will be modern, aspiring in the Indian shores. Can we go to the second, please? And as I take you through this, and I won't make it a narrative to begin on that, I wish to tell you as to what this project is all about. So we started construction in 2015, and I have personally been in the port sector when I was doing a deputation in the major port in Paradeep, to have visited Cochin, to have visited Thiruvananthapuram, to have gone to the beautiful places and realize as to what Kerala is awaiting, and through Kerala's aspiration, what India is awaiting for these long years. It took us more than 20 years to realize and to seed this dream. Eventually, when the dream was seeded and it took shape, and I told you the various difficulties that we encountered, but never a moment of doubt. Please proceed. If you can see now, and you will realize as to why I say this is so very important from the geographical convergence of opportunities. Deep down at Thiruvananthapuram, 10 nautical miles from the international shipping lanes that go from the Far East into Middle East and then there forward to Europe, is the busiest shipping line of the world. Because on one side, we have the Southeast Asia and China driving trade along the Indian shores, but not visible. And Indian trade and cargo, which is produced, and the fact that we're going to be a manufacturing hub, and India's moment has arrived in the world. If we have to seize this moment, we cannot do it without the presence of Vizhinjam Seaport. And to the state of Kerala, our salutations and thanks for giving us this opportunity, sir, to be there. It is not incidental that India's largest port operator, the Adani Ports and SEZ, have been carefully chosen through competitive bidding through a fair, transparent process to be the chosen partner for developing Kerala's port. And here, please proceed. Here, when you look at it, at Vizhinjam, you see, closer to the east, to the western shores of Sri Lanka is Colombo, and the fact that Colombo is a magnet to drive India's cargoes over there not coming to Thiruvananthapuram was the necessity for this project. Therefore, this project has been adequately seeded. Please proceed. And what do we wish to do with this project? We are not looking, and can you proceed, please? Please concentrate on the presentation kindly. When we are looking, you would know that at this place of Thiruvananthapuram is one of the deepest sea locations. We have a natural draft of more than 18 to 20 meters, which beckon the best and the deepest vessels of the world. The deepest vessels today are such which are called either mainline or mother vessels, which carry a glimpse of which we saw in Mundra at 399 meters. Can you believe what it is? It's about more than 3 football fields. And for a football crazy state like Kerala, Vijayan being one footballer that I used to adore during my school days, and if you can imagine, you would require the Messis and Ronaldos to kick from one side of the ship to the other side more than 3 football fields, and carrying how much? More than 22,000 containers. Such ships don't come easily to India unless they're attracted by the potential and the ability to do these cargoes. This is what Vizhinjam Port is going to do in a short future. And what is the future going to be? An ideal place, deep draft, on the coastline, adequate employment opportunities, and you will be, sir, very delighted to know when we have sent out that we wish to man and have people coming, the excitement is palpable in Jebel Ali and Dubai. People wish to come back to work, and every time we have sent an employment notice, the excitement, and they say that is my port. So the convergence of my port and our port is so beautiful that we will be having close to more than 5,500 employment opportunities directly and even more indirectly as the port commissions. On 15th, when we got the largest cranes of the world, which are fit to do moves, more than 30 moves an hour, and that's what we wish to do, an efficient modern port. Without that, we cannot survive. And that's exactly what we are doing in Mundra and in our various terminals. So such kind of cranes, and it is also going to be India's first semi-automated port. So you will agree with me, the House will agree with me, that the wait for this port has been long, but well-deserved. I will seek your patience for not more than another 6 or 8 months when we commission this port and the first vessel carrying multiple containers, which are basically boxes of hope, boxes of trade that will come to the shores of this beautiful port. Please go ahead. Besides that, when I saw the location, you will understand the opportunity for bunkering in India. That means vessels going from Far East to Middle East and thereafter, they do not take bunker in Indian shores. They take bunker in Colombo, outside Indian's territorial waters. This port will give us the opportunity to place ourselves not just for ports visiting us in our port, but for international shipping-led ports, we will start bunkering. And during COVID, when we had relaxations, the amount of crew changing for international crews that we were doing in the port of Vizhinjam was an predecessor of what is actually going to come. Please go ahead. Yeah, just come back. So you can see, last slide please. You can see over here as to what it is going to mean when the various distances from the ports and how we will be able to attract the cargoes. Not just from west of India, from Mundra, from Hazira, from JNP port in Mumbai, in this beautiful city that we are, from Dighi, from Colombo, from Karikal, from Katupalli, and also our initiative on the BIMSTEC region, where we will take feeder services and come to our ports in eastern India, such as Dhamra, Gangavaram, and then further carry. So what is Vizhinjam all about? It's an aggregator port. An aggregator not just of containers, an aggregator of opportunities. Here will be a confluence. Already on 15th, we had multiple shipping lines, trade lines, EXIM operators, respective governments from the Middle East. The excitement it has created of the first vessel, many people were naysayers. Would you actually get a first vessel? And when we did, the entire tide of, it has entirely changed in favor of the port. Now, no longer are people asking, when is the first vessel? People are asking, when is the first mother going to come? You waited along for the mother vessel. is just 6 or 8 months away when she comes to the shores. And at that point of time, do not be shy of putting your hands together for the beautiful team of Kerala who are making this possible. Please go ahead. This is some details. You would also be very happy to note this port has certain unique features. It has the longest and the deepest breakwater in India, close to 4 kilometers. It is as if you are taming the sea, and it is not easy to tame the sea. Such people who attempt to tame the sea and nature must be born in Kerala with a Kerala spirit in there. Enough spices that you must eat, you must have that spirit with you. So we will tame the Arabian Sea, which we have. As I speak to you, more than close to 2,500 kilometers, 2.5 kilometers, which 2,500 meters of the breakwater is adequately completed. When it finishes of more than 4 kilometers, and as Honorable Minister said, with more than 800 meters of quay length, and we are not going to be satisfied with that. Already the world shipping lines, and we have many of them. We have a terminal in Mundra, which is with MSC. There is excitement of the world's biggest shipping lines, MSC, Mediterranean Shipping Lines, the world's largest shipping line, followed by CMA, followed by Maersk. All of them have sought to come here carrying their mainline vessels. And when it does happen, as I told you, they will be within the sheltered waters of this 4 kilometer. There are many other important things, but please remember, as the first semi-automated terminal, you will be proud to know such a terminal will be unique in the world, and there are very few. We don't wish to make it an entirely automated till we have captured the entire essence of it. But as a semi-automated terminal, you will have, because today you are talking of technology, you're talking of digitalization, you're talking of many things together. This will be an apex representation of everything being together. So when you say semi-automated, you will have ability to run the cranes with a joystick at a remote location with absolute precision. Such precision that perhaps require Chandrayaan to go to the moon, such precision that requires the beautiful, launching sites we have in Kerala itself. Please go ahead. This is a picture of the phase 1, and we are nearly over here at 2,500 meters. And when we go to 4 kilometers, look at phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. It should embolden and hearten you that we are not going to stop in phase 1. We have already started processing for all the regulatory frameworks to go to the phase 4, and this is how the beautiful yard will look in the future. It will be an absolute land of opportunities in this port. Please go ahead. So I would not get you details. Those of you who are keen, we can just pass it on to you. Please go ahead kindly. This is exactly what Zenzhua 15 looked like when she called on the 15th of October and was received very proudly by Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala in the presence of Sri Karanadhani ji. So I thank each one of them. The dimensions of the ship, what she was carrying, and very soon the second, third, fourth shipments are already been planned. The second shipment should be coming very soon, followed in quick succession by the others, please. Please go ahead. The construction progress, I have already spoken adequately, will not bore you with that. Other speakers will certainly speak on that. But also, it has tested our dredging might, and we are very happy to say that we not only will dredge this, we'll also dredge the adjoining fishing harbors and a fishing harbor at Mutlapodi, which we are constantly dredging, so that when we do come in, we believe that we just don't come to do commerce. We want to go into God's country with a growth of goodness story. Please go ahead. Please go ahead kindly. This is, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together where the Honorable CM is receiving the first vessel in presence of our Honorable Minister. You can see both our Honorable Ministers neither of it. It's actually physically on ground today. Please go ahead. This is the phase where the support from the central government in terms of, besides the VGF, in constructing roads, and soon enough, we will be having a rail. One of the most challenging rail connectivities, though it is only 12 kilometers, nearly 9 of them will come through a tunnel. So when we say the Vizhinjam project, it is the WISL, the Adani Vizhinjam project, the Government of India through NHAI, the Indian Railways, and many together which make this project a reality. Please go ahead. Please go ahead kindly. Please go ahead. So these are again snippets. I don't wish to. Please quickly go ahead kindly. Yeah. Come back to the last one. You can see the Honorable CM's quote over here. The Vizhinjam project is a testament to the fact that nothing is impossible. If everyone comes together, this port is a rarity. The potential it offers is beyond our comprehension. I will say not beyond our comprehension, but certainly within our imagination. I always say well within our effort zone and well within our commanding zone. And in addition, I'd like to sum up by saying, when Karan Adani ji said that in being to the first exclusive transshipment port, Vizhinjam will make history as the first semi-automated container terminal. It will be a global bunkering hub, a clean, green fuel like hydrogen, ammonia. We are keen to commence phase 2, and he finally signed off saying this would not have been possible but for the outpouring of support, love, affection. It is as if we have made a heart in Kerala's spirit, and Kerala has given us an opportunity to go to their hearts as we welcome them. Thank you. Salutation to each of you very much. Pardon my, what should I say? Nanne namaskaram. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, and for getting all of us excited for what's coming up next. I think we're going to now be eagerly waiting for the new port. Thank you. And to take the next presentation ahead on the investment opportunities, I invite to the podium Shri K.S. Srinivas to talk about the port and other maritime-related development in Kerala, tourism, inland transport, the Kochi Water Metro. Sir.
Yeah. Honorable Ministers, Shri Ahmad Devar Kovilji and Shri Antony Rajuji, and all the distinguished guests on the dais, and we also have the august presence of two gentlemen here who made Kochi what it is. One is the newly appointed Cochin Port Trust Chairman, I think Shri Vishwanathanji, right? And of course, Cochin Shipyard, Shri Madhu Nayarji also here, and all the representatives from VASL, from Adani Ports and all that. Good afternoon to everybody, and after Subrat Tripathi's presentation, enthralling presentation, I don't think we need any other presentations. I think it was like Rohit and Kohli batting together, and like Bumrah bowling bouncers and then making the opposition clean bowled. So it was a wonderful presentation, and my job has become easier now with this. So I don't want to take much of your time. Every few presentations, I don't want to look at the presentations also, but see, looking at the Vizhinjam port, the kind of development that is going to happen in the next few years, there is a tremendous potential for several projects to come up in the state of Kerala, and I would like to touch upon some of the points, especially we have the presence of our chairman, Sri Pilla, representing the Kerala Maritime Board. So Kerala Maritime Board is perhaps the youngest maritime boards of the country, but even though it is younger, but it is definitely led by a very wise person and a very dynamic person, N.S. Pillaiji, and because of due to his presence, it is very fast moving into a developmental phase, and we have almost 17 non-major ports in Kerala, and out of them only 4 are functional with ISPS certificates. These 4 are Vizhinjam, Arikal, Kollam, and also Bayapur. So they are all in different parts of the state, and due to the Vizhinjam port, I'm sure there will be a lot of opportunities for feeder ships, and these feeder ships will come to Virinium. So these four ports will be utilized for these feeder services, and I'm sure these four ports can be developed, and they are willing to maintain the minimum draft required, and then these four ports, repeat, Virinium, Arikal, and Kollam and Bepur, these four minor ports also can be made use of, and with this a lot of development can take place. And see, we also have the KMB is also having two maritime institutes, one at Kodungalur and the other one is at Neendakara in Kollam district. These two maritime institutes can become centers of excellence, because as the port related activities increase in Kerala, there will be a lot of opportunities for the training of all these skilled manpower, and these two institutes can become the places for Kerala people and other people also to come and get trained, so that they can be employed in port related activities in the ships and all that. So this will be very great. And Maritime Board is very much interested in developing cruise tourism in Kerala. Cruise tourism, it is not much, it has got a lot of potential, but unfortunately it is not developed here in Kerala. So there is a potential now, there is a opportunity for cruise tourism, and Kerala Maritime Board and Kerala government port department are willing to provide all kinds of support to the investors. Whoever is coming forward to develop on a PPP mode, we will be able to help them, we will be able to facilitate them. So this is what I wanted to tell about Kerala Maritime Board. So next is our Kerala Malabar Port. Port is a wonderful thing, because we have the chairperson here for Kochi. In my opinion, Kochi is Kochi because of Cochin Port Trust. If you remove Cochin Port, I don't think Kochi will remain just like any other coastal town in Kerala. Just because 100 years back, almost 96 years back, thanks to Sir Robert Bristow, the Cochin Port has been developed. That was the pre-independent era, and it has led to different developments. Because of that, I think we have the Cochin shipyard also. Because of the Cochin shipyard and Cochin Port, then definitely all other industries like the Cochin refinery, which is now with the BPCL. So all these industries have come up in Kochi, and then that is how it has become the commercial capital of Kerala. So similarly, Subrat Tripathi has explained about the opportunities that are going to come in Virinium. And in my opinion, we have three regions. One is the northern region, the central region, and the southern region. And both central region and now with Virinium, the southern region are well represented in the port development. But the northern region of Malabar, we also need a wonderful port there. May not be as big as Virinium or as big as Kochi, but slightly lower than that. But it has got a very good potential, because Malabar, the Kochi, Calicut, Arikal, Kannur, these are the places where it is a lot of industries can come up. It is ideally located between Kochi and Mangalore. Mangalore is on the north and the Kochi on the south, and the hinterland of the entire Malabar, not only Malabar but also some parts of Karnataka. So the hinterland is there, and then definitely there can be great potential. And then the Malabar port, not only the port, but we would like to have about 5 SEZ, special economic zones, and one of them will be exclusively for the port development, port related thing. So these 5 SEZ is also going to come up there. And we are having an investment, total investment of around 5,000 crores. That is what is required. And out of this, we need around, if you can go to the next slide, that you can have a, no, not that, before that, yeah, one more. I want to show the layout of port. I think before, yeah. Yeah, this is the layout. So this is the layout, like the Virinium. There will be definitely a breakwater and all those things. How a port should be designed. So this is how the Malabar port looks like when it is completed. And for this, we need an investment of about 5,000 crores. Out of that, Government of India, Kerala would like to invest about 2/3, but 1/3 should be from a PPP partner, around 1,300 crores. We want to have partner like Adani or any other person. So if somebody is willing to come, then we'll be able to do that. And in addition to this 1,300 crores, we also have investment opportunity for the port-related industries. Around 2,000 crore rupees is also required for setting up many industries. So this is also another excellent opportunity for the investors. And these two opportunities are there. One is for the port itself, about 1/3 of the port development, about 1,300 crores. And the second one is the port-related industries, around 2,000 crores. I don't want to get into all the details because if anybody is wants to know, then we can meet. Our pavilion is there, and our MD himself is sitting here. So we can do that. So next we go to the Cochin Water Metro. Cochin Water Metro, Kochi Metro, these days every city is boasting of a metro. And now I should definitely congratulate the Transport Department. The Honorable Minister himself is sitting here, and then we also have the Commissioner, Sri Ajit Ji, also sitting here. So they have come out with a new innovative project called Water Metro, because in Kochi, which is full of backwaters, and then there are so many islands nearby the Ernakulam village, Ernakulam city. So the transportation is required between the villages, between the islands, and then the main city. So definitely, but to that too, they depend on transport, water transport only. And the idea of having a wonderful metro type of transportation facility, it has come to the Cochin metro people, and then they have implemented this water metro. I think this one of its kind. It's unique. I think no other state is having such a beautiful project, and it is between neighboring islands and the Cochin city. The beauty is that it is fully air conditioned. The boats are just like our Cochin metro coaches. They are also completely air conditioned. Also, there are battery operated coaches. So this is a unique product I think Kerala can offer to the country. And coming to the next slide, similar activities also we can have. There is this slide I would like to show. These are the probable areas where there is a lot of potential for a similar projects, and on behalf of the Transport Department, I am assuring that the Kochi Water Metro can provide consultancy services to all these areas. Wherever anybody is interested, we can also provide consultancy services, and then similar projects also can come up in other areas. So next is, I'm going to talk about a little bit about the Muziris thing. Kochi means, Kerala, about tourism. It's called God's own country, and everybody knows about the beaches, the backwaters, the culture like Kathakali and Mohiniyattam, etc. All those cuisines like appam, idiyappam, and puttus, and all those things. Everybody knows about it. So, and then Ayurveda. So these are the things. But one thing many people don't know is the great historical heritage, especially the maritime heritage that is available in Kerala. The Muziris port, a very ancient port, around 2,500-year-old port. And in this port, many people are not aware. Even now, the Keralites themselves are not aware. The new generations, not the older ones, but the new generations people are not aware. So the government of Kerala Tourism Department has come out with a new project called Muziris project. And then the idea is to preserve the old heritage and then educate the present generations. And so we are going to see, many people may not be knowing that the oldest mosque in India was set up here in this area. It's called Cheraman Palli. So I had the opportunity of visiting that Palli recently, and then of course so many other, even in that area, I think the Jews synagogue is also there. And then recently I saw one old, more than around 500-year-old dead body is lying there. Portuguese dead body is lying there. So all this is all a part of our heritage, the maritime heritage, and we are now developing 29 museums in there. And then definitely we need some help in running these museums, and then we also want people to come and have a look at these museums. And then Muziris project and the tourism department, we are also interested in cruise tourism. Again, cruise tourism, because we have, as I already mentioned, we already have ABC, Ayurveda, beaches, backwaters, culture, everything is there. But cruise, we are a little bit behind. So we would like to have a cruise, because between different districts, between different places within Kerala, the waters are there, the backwaters are there, national waterways are available. The Honorable Minister also spoke about the waterways in his speech. So we would like to come out with cruise tourism facilities there, and we are also looking for opportunities, investment opportunities, investment in these areas. So that's about the miseries. Then I would like to talk about what is that? KSINC is there. KSINC is also another important company there, and that company is doing a lot of activities like construction and repair of watercrafts, transportation of bulk raw materials, and floating jetties construction, ferry operations, etc. And they are also operating one tourism vessel called MV Nefertiti, and sea-going cruise vessels like Sagar Rani. All these activities are being done by KSINC, and there is also a potential for business opportunities. And I would like to say that manufacturing of FRP or GRP boats and cruise tourism again, and dredging activities, and canal bar inland water quality enhancement programs. These are the areas, some of the areas in which KSINC is looking for investment from people like you. And with this, I think I don't want to take much of your time. And with this, I'll come to my presentation. And please come, let us collaborate, let us create, and let us, before connecting and then collaborating and then try to create new projects in Kerala. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insights. And what got me really attracted is the water metro. I think that's going to be my next destination to come to Kerala. We have next address by our international stakeholders. And for the same, I'd request Mr. Amlan Bora from the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands to please come to the podium for his address.
Every time I'm introduced as an international stakeholder or a speaker, I'm confused myself, and I'm sure you are confused as well. You want to know, how am I international? I look like each one of you. What makes me international? I always introduce myself as local international. Let me explain the local part first, and then the international bit. I'm local because I'm born in India. I'm from the state of Assam, what we call Ahom. And I spent the first 23 years of my life in India. And then I went for my studies. Netherlands became my home, and I now come back to India to work for the Dutch government, and that's the international bit. And I travel with a non-Indian passport, so that's the international bit. So I am actually feeling very much at home today for three things. First of all, to be able to connect to the state of Kerala, there's such a long history and a heritage between Netherlands and Kerala. That's one reason, of course. The second reason is, as I came in and our honorable ministers were felicitated, I saw them being honored with a shawl. This shawl actually is from the state of Assam. I thought, wow, it's good to have a shipping minister from my state of origin. Right? So I feel very, very much at home. So in a nutshell, whereas I'm no less Dutch than any other Dutch, but fir bhi dil hai Hindustani. All right, very good. Honorable ministers, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen, are there any ladies here? I mean, I see few. Very male-dominant industry, so for the few of you who are here, I salute your courage and your ambitions. This is great. I mean, of course, as we'll go forward, as the industry will move forward, we'd like to see more and more women participation in this industry. All of you must be hungry and tired. The lady here already said, cut it short. I want to ask you, can I have 2 minutes, or is that also long enough? Can I take 2-3 minutes? Is it okay? Thank you very, very, very much. I was looking at those three words, the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, and I was thinking, what is one common word between these three things? Of course, ports, shipping, waterways. The world has evolved so much. When you talk about ports, waterway shipping, so many different facets comes to your mind, so many different perspectives. Many of the speakers before me mentioned a few of those new evolving perspectives, and many new perspectives will keep on evolving. But one word which is common to all three is connectivity. Connectivity is one common word which is relevant for port shipping and waterways. And I come from the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Climate Action of the Netherlands, and I'm heading the trade offices. In my role, I basically connect people to people, companies to companies, government to government, companies to government, government to companies. So standing here for the next 2-3 minutes, if you may allow me, what I'll try to share is to connect you to some of the thoughts, ideas that we as Netherlands are talking about, thinking about, and let us see how we can connect to some of the things that we heard about and that we are developing in this beautiful country here. First of all, Netherlands, of course, I need to talk about Netherlands briefly because it's a very small country, right? Do all of you know about Netherlands? Have you heard about it? And I'm sure you've heard about another country called Holland. Have you heard about Holland as well? These are not two countries. We confuse ourselves. Not too long ago, in all my government stationery, we had sometimes Holland and sometimes Netherlands. Now we are trying to be a little bit more uniform. So we are the Netherlands, and Holland are just two provinces within the country of the Netherlands. It is a very small country, 230 kilometers north to south, 130 kilometers east to west. Let us try to understand this in the context of a port. You must have heard about a port called the Port of Rotterdam, which a few decades ago used to be the biggest port in the world, not anymore. Many big ports have come up now in terms of capacity. But the Port of Rotterdam is pretty long. It's 40 kilometers long, right? It stretches out to the sea. And we keep on extending outside because not much to do inside. So if you flip the Port of Rotterdam horizontally and flip it over 3 times, 40, 40, 40, we are actually already in Germany. But that's a very important context. I'll come to that in a second. Now, when I said about connectivity. When we talk about connectivity, we need to understand it in the context of 2 things. First one is geopolitics. Let me a little bit elaborate on what that means. We have seen through the events of the last few years, how the world is changing. We have seen how disruptions in supply chain can create what kind of turbulences in our day-to-day lives. So as Netherlands, we are strongly looking for less and less disruptions, like all of us, indeed. We want our supply chains to be more reliable, resilient, and of course, efficient. We strongly believe that we cannot keep on continuing on us relying on one major supplier. We are fully behind the China plus 1 strategy. It could be very well China plus 2, China plus 3, China plus 4. But we believe in diversification of our supply chain. Now, it is very easy to talk about diversification, but it also comes with a lot of requirements. When you talk about diversification, we're definitely looking at major countries like India, with a tremendous research pool of engineers, technical knowledge, innovative minds. Definitely look at countries like India. We look at some other countries as well. But production is not just a solution in itself. We also need to look at what cost would my consumers be buying from a new country. I remember in my first few months in India, I was interacting with the then shipping minister of India, Mr. Mansukh Bhai Mandavia. Then I kept on talking about ports, and Mansukh Bhai said, Boraji, ye sab chhodiye. I'll tell you my problem. I know that my exports from India are 14% more expensive, logistic cost-wise. Of course, 14%, depending on the cost of goods, would translate to some smaller percentage, but that doesn't matter. In this very competitive market, 14% does add up.
To Dr. Adila Abdullah, and to our international stakeholders, Mr. Amlan Bora. Mr. Anthony Prince. To Mr. Subrat Tripathi. And I'd request Mr. Shine, CEO of Kerala Maritime Board, to kindly come to the stage and present a memento to Shri K.S. Srinivas. I request Shri N.S. Pillai ji for the vote of thanks.
Yeah, yes. So the time is too short. I will not take much time because there was a sentence called concluding remarks. You know, Kerala, the ports in Kerala were having a lot of sea trade with the foreign, especially European and Arabian countries. In the changed world, we don't have much share of the cargo traffic through the sea, but we expect that we can regain the glory through this Adani port. And surely we will accomplish it through our various this one. And now I am directly entering into my duty. So I have to express the gratitude and thanks to the dignitaries in the dais. And see, today the Kerala session was wonderful with the presence of two honorable ministers from Kerala, because their presence itself shows that the seriousness the government of Kerala is giving to the importance for developing the maritime sector of Kerala. So on behalf of all present here and on my personal behalf, I express my sincere gratitude and thanks to the Minister of Ports, Shri Ahmed Devar Govil. I also express my sincere thanks and gratitude to the Transport Minister, Mr. Anthony Raju. I also express my sincere thanks to the dignitaries. Instead of naming one by one, the Principal Secretary Port, Shri K.S. Srinivas, the Transport Commissioner, Shri Srijit, then Mr. Subrato Tripathi, CEO, Adani Ports, then our L. Radhakrishnan, Managing Director, Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority, Dr. Adila Abdullah, Managing Director, WISIL, and the eminent speakers, Mr. Amilla Bora and Mr. Anthony Prince. And I also express my sincere thanks and gratitude to the entire audience who are here to make this wonderful session a success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We can have a group picture. Can I request the speakers, international speakers, to kindly come up? And thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. This is Reema Darira signing off. For the networking, if you want to interact, you can interact with them outside of this room, because we have the next session starting here. So kindly if you're part of the next session, you can be seated, or please allow the guests for the next session to enter. Thank you so much. May I request everybody, the networking can happen outside of this room. Could you please keep the seats available for the next session? requesting everybody, networking can happen outside of this room. Please keep the seats ready for the next session.